The more that I sat and thought with it, I think that the Lions threw everything out of whack at 6. When Devin Witherspoon got selected, they were just like, F it. We're just getting our guys. We're every person on our board. And then other teams were following suit. They were like, hey, it's the Wild West. If we really love a guy, we are just drafting him. And I think a lot of teams had amazing drafts because of the amount of chaos that was happening with other situations and teams and whatever. They just sat there and they were like, can't believe this guy's here. We'll take him.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like a lot of players fell because of those reasonings, that their teams were just taking who they had on their board, no matter what the value might have been ranked out on other teams' boards. When I look at the Lions draft and I look back at it, they really could have added Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith and still gotten a running back and a linebacker in the next couple of rounds. That part didn't really make much sense to me.
And well, we talked about this draft like going in, and a lot of experts and everybody said expect the unexpected, and a lot of us were like, no, it's not going to happen. And then, like you said, Tony, players started going off the board. I think Arizona coming up for Paris Johnson Jr. threw a lot of stuff off too. Not to diss that move, but for Houston to make a crazy move at the beginning of the draft, draft 2 and 3. Then Arizona dropped back, so people thought, okay, more people are going to fall, and then Arizona came back up. I think it just threw a lot of things off to begin with. Plus, with everybody saying there's only 15 elite players in this draft, there's only 15. So then it makes you go, well, screw it, we're going to go our guys. And like you said, we have a reaction video of the Detroit Lions picks right up there. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Looking back at the Lions draft now, it's not as bad. But when you're watching it, you're like, and we're not dissing any players. There's no times that we're like, why did you draft that guy? He sucks. It's not that. We were looking at the position at number 12, at the pick that you're doing, who you're taking. And even Gibbs himself has come out and said, I wasn't expecting to go this high. And he did. So it's not that we're dissing the players. He's a great player. He's a good running back. But at the time, now they have traded DeAndre Swift to the Eagles. We've seen that. And at the time, they had David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift under contract, and it's like you're taking another running back. I think a lot more teams had good drafts than bad drafts. Looking at it.
And Lions fans have been in the comment section of those reaction videos that I posted. They're still excited, and they have a reason to be because they still know they got 2 good players. But the point is they did not maximize their draft picks. They kind of just picked the players that they liked and are cool with it. But they could have maximized those 2 inside of the top 20 picks a little better.
No doubt. I mean, I can't, guys. Yeah, the Lions, if you really look at it, like the Lions got really good players. But if you're going to trade DeAndre Swift and you're going to draft a running back, and you know you're looking at a running back, why aren't you just picking Bijan Robinson at 6? Like, yeah. This idea that it's really close between the two, like if I'm not mistaken, Jahmyr Gibbs is quite a bit smaller, right? Like, and you could have had a 210-pound running back who might be a little bit slower or whatever, but the things that he could do are very similar to Gibbs, and he could also be a guy that you could lean on for 20 carries. And then on top of it, why did you then go out and sign? Like, a lot of people were looking at the running back draft, and it's like last year they had Swift and Jamal Williams, and this year they're going to have Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Are we sure that that's like an upgrade from what they had last year? When you could have had Jalen Carter and Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Like, even if you're willing to trade or whatever, then you probably were willing to go from 18 to 12 with the tech, or whoever had that pick at that point, and go. It was very confusing to me. The Lions overall had, I think, a tremendous draft.
There's a lot about that Detroit Lion draft that we could talk about. That we could probably do a whole half an hour to an hour show just on Detroit's draft.